Hello everyone, I'm the Tuna, and I'm here with another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we returned, we found Flame, and last time we decided to explore the monastery, and we learned about our task, which is, not task, but it's more so a special thing that's happening in the monastery during the Wyvern Moon. We are going to be partaking in a battle between the three houses at Gronder Field, the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. This time, though, we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to be doing an auxiliary battle just to strengthen up our students before the big day. The reason why we're still at the monastery, though, off screen, I got some instruction from Rhea, Hanneman, and I think Manuela. Oh no, Rhea, Hanneman, and Aloise. Aloise for learning how to brawl, even though I know I'm literally never going to use that. And Rhea and Hanneman for faith and reason teaching. I just wanted to talk to Seth because I said I would do so after we finished the quest for Flame.
I hear that you participated in the fishing tournament. I appreciate you taking the time.
That's a bit disappointing. I expected him to say something a bit more interesting. So anyway, we're gonna go and instruct our students, and then we're gonna participate in a little battle. You can also notice that now that there's green exclamation points instead of just the yellow and red ones that there were earlier. That's something I'll get into once we get to our auxiliary battle. I can see that Linhardt's almost at B+ rank magic, and I think he'll get Cutting Gale from this if I do. Oh no, he gets Faithful 4. Oh right, this is Faith magic. I think if I up his reason to C rank, he's gonna get Faithful 4. Oh, Cutting Gale. Sorry, yeah. I got them confused. I mean, I fixed it at the end, so yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna get Dorothea some reason teaching because that's nice to do. She gets B rank, which I think is just gonna be reason 4. Or Sagittae. And I'm confident enough I'm not gonna have past me put in how it's pronounced. Let's see here. I'm gonna raise her sword rank because if you remember, we got 11th sword. That's the weapon I was talking about is good on Dorothea because she has a good she has a growth or a strengthened sword, so she can use them well, and she has good magic, so yeah. Who else do I want to teach? I'm gonna teach. You know what? I'm gonna show Flame's boons and banes. They're called strengths and weaknesses. To me, they're boons and banes. I'm gonna try to bump up her reason because she has a budding talent in it. So I'm just gonna try to get that as soon as possible. I don't think her faith or her reason magic is that great, unless she has. Her faith magic isn't that great. She's, in my opinion, worse than Linhardt. But she isn't necessarily bad. She isn't irredeemable. Who else do I want to teach? You know what? I'm gonna get Ferdinand up to B rank lances. Even though I know that I've been putting a lot of spotlight on Ferdinand, I believe is higher than everyone else by 2 or 3 levels. I still want him to be able to use B rank because then he gets a bit more expertise with it. Which is just when he has triangle advantage, is going to be more effective. Finally, what do I want to do? You know what? I think I hope I can get Caspar up to C+ brawling. I don't think I can unless he gets perfect here. No. Oh well, but that's fine. That's to be expected. I think I'm gonna begin the lecture here.
I have a question.
You know, sometimes an ordinary girl can be more popular than an exceptional beauty. Or how with aristocrats some prefer Viscount when they could have dukes instead. What do you think that is? It's hard to talk to someone who does better than you. Everyone has an eye for their own preferences. Fancy meals are boring if you eat them every day. I think I'm just gonna say it's hard to talk to people you think is better than you.
That's it then.
Yeah, it's not the best answer, but it's a good answer, and I get some teacher XP. Oh, I forgot. You know what I forgot to do? Check the rooms of the student. You know what? I mean, at this point, I haven't finished editing the part 18 yet. I'm gonna just do that next week, and I'm gonna just look at the monastery and quickly check. Oh, I didn't even see what Flame wanted to do. I'm assuming that she wants to be a bishop instead of just not having anything.
Our professor is certainly adventurous, but I wonder what the point was of putting us on the same team.
What? You think teaming up with me is a bad idea?
Yes. Results or no results, this is far from a great idea.
I was hoping we would do better.
It's a decent result for two people who don't get along terribly well.
I don't know. I think terribly well is putting it nicely. I didn't remember that Edelgard like basically didn't like Ferdinand at all. I knew that she didn't like him terribly much, but just I didn't realize it was that much. Nobody got anything nice. Oh, well, that's a bit sad. Anyway, I'm gonna show off this. I'm gonna pretend that this is why I was going to do the auxiliary battle this week. We can see here we have paralogs. Paralogs. Basically, you have what you can do is you can go onto special missions with the units in your house if you have the right things. For example, okay, so I'm gonna get into this paralog in particular in a minute. But you can see here that in general you'll have it between 1 or 2 students. Usually there's going to be a nice thing, especially if you're leading the Blue Lions. The paralogs there, I was going to say paralogs, I don't know why I'm saying paralog. I always pronounce it paralogs. But anyway, the paralogs there will have very nice equipment that you will want to get. Just trust me on that, you will want to get that. In addition, if you are leading the Black Eagles and you're planning on recruiting Ingrid, don't do this until after you recruit her. Just trust me on that. You want to do that after you recruit her, just take my word on that. I'm also curious if I can, well, I think the way they worded it was that I can, for example, like have someone accompany me and then I can do their paralog. I'm not gonna do that because I just feel like it's a cheating way of like, for like me personally doing this. Do I recommend you do it? Of course, do it, please. Like the equipment you can get from it is really great. Personally though, I'm not gonna do that. Wow, this is disappointing. Really? Level 7, 11? At least we have we have 2 points to do auxiliary battles. I'm just gonna do 1 just because otherwise we're gonna be here for a long time, and you probably don't want to see me do more than 1 auxiliary battle. Anyway, but we want to fight bandits, or you know, well, let's fight the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. We're gonna have to fight them at the end of the month during the Battle of the Eagle and the Lion. So let's get a little bit of a head start and learn how our enemy fights. Here we are. I don't know if we've seen this map before, but oftentimes during auxiliary battles, you'll be fighting on maps that you have fought before or maps that are already existing, because the game doesn't really like to pull up new maps, because that just, like, it's a lot of work to make maps. Anyway, I'm gonna take off some of the door keys here, because there are no doors here for them to even use if they wanted to use them. Take off this chest key, take this dark seal off of, Ferdinand. I'm gonna have Blaine here. She's not the greatest unit, also she starts as a priest instead of being a monk, but oh well. Oh no, never mind, she is, oh I thought it was priest then monk, oh well. Well, she's a priest so that's alright, and also having another healer, but in the Black Eagles you don't really need another healer, because you have Linhard who's a great healer on his own, and it's more than sufficient for your, well, he's sufficient for your run. You have Dorothea who's pretty good at being like secondary healer, and you can teach Hubert heal if you need someone, like, or just for a 3rd healer. Flame is just a bit overkill, because you don't want to have 4 healers, because that just starts chipping down away at your, it just starts chipping away at your effectiveness for combat. Anyway, like usual, I'm gonna just, do a quick cut to, when my battle preparations are finished. Alright, so I just finished with my preparations. All I did was just upgrade, Edelgard's, Iron Sword to an Iron Sword Plus. I probably did need to cut it, but just that, but I also want to just check the equipment to see how damaged it was. Anyway, let's begin. We can see that, no, I didn't mean to do that. We can see we have a knight here. He's not going to be a problem at all. Who do I want? I'm going to have Linhard finish him off. Just because you can see Linhard doubles him, knights have terrible resistance, and that's just, it's a terrible combination for knights. I like knights in general, but also low resistance plus low speed is not good, because mages will just, like, chop you up and eat you for breakfast. That's what's going to do that. And then I'm going to have Hubert hit this guy with some miasma. Here we go.
For Lady Edelgard.
Hubert levels up. Please get speed and dex. Okay,
This is harder than expected.
you're fine. You got speed. Your skill's a little low, or dexterity's a little low, but oh well. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna try to have Ferdinand just kind of I think I've explained this before, but Fire Emblem, typically there's a kind of archetype known as a Jagan, which is basically just, usually just, you'll start the game with like a Cavalier or with a Paladin or Great Knight. We'll get to those classes once you see them more. But basically think about them like the next step up from just normal boring Knights, or Cavaliers. And basically they exist to try to, like, if you like bite off more than you can chew, usually they can bail you out of it. Because, like, if you think about it like Pokemon ways, think about them like stage 2 evolution versus just basic Pokemon. Just usually stage 2 or stage like usually evolved Pokemon can handle more than non-evolved Pokemon. Anyway, Violet level 15. Yeah, he is level 15. I'm gonna try to feed this kill to Flame. Unfortunately, she only starts at level 11, which is not great, but oh well.
That's my cue.
Dorothea, weaken this guy. Yes, Nosferatu. So I'm gonna just go do that. And then I'm gonna feed this kill to Flame. Personally, I'm not gonna be using Flame terribly much because I've already explained I don't need a third healer. And once I start recruiting, okay, I'm gonna be recruiting the staff members because remember I said I'm not gonna be recruiting students, but I am gonna be recruiting staff. Well, some staff. Well, no, I am gonna be recruiting just any staff member I want because I'm not gonna be that cruel. But anyway, here, Edelgard moves here. Equip a sword too. But yeah, when I recruit some staff members, because for example, I'm planning on using, well, I don't know. I was gonna say I use Shamir, but well, I'm at least gonna use her for some time because she's by no means a bad unit. When you recruit her, she's great, honestly. But also in the Black Eagles, you already have 2 archers in Bernadetta and Petra, so you don't really need a third archer being Shamir. But it doesn't really hurt that much either. But something to worry, well, not anything to worry about, but something to note about the staff members is that usually their growths are going to be worse than the students, but they're going to be starting at a higher tier of class. For example, Shamir's going to start as a sniper, which we can't even have at this point because I think you have to be level 20 to take the exam to be a sniper. I don't think Flame can kill this guy because she doesn't have the greatest. Yeah. Really? Wait. Really, Flame? Really? I thought you'd be able to double a knight. I mean, Nosferatu is heavy as 8 weight, but still. Really? Gonna have Patrick just weaken him and then have Flame go. Wow, I'm a bit disappointed with Flame. Again, like, I'm not the greatest fan of Flame because, I mean, you saw there. She starts at level 11. I don't remember if her growth rate, like, usually units who start at low levels have great growth rates to make up for it. I think Flames are alright, but not, like, amazing. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I have never really used Flame because, I mean, I literally just explained why I usually have enough healers that you don't need her. Move here. Caspar is going to move here. I'll be honest. I don't want him taking that many people. Let's see here. I don't want Ferdinand. If Ferdinand was a lower level, I would just, you know what, screw it. What's life without any risks? Equip some iron gauntlets, and then I'm gonna have these guys move next door. Linhardt's fine to just take a magic hit because he has great resistance. Yep. You can see here. I don't know why I was actually so scared, considering that I was pretty sure that with gauntlets, I knew Caspar would quadruple the enemy. I'm surprised he did double them, but again, my Caspar hasn't been leveling well in speed, so yeah. Let's see here, what do I want to do? Bernadetta moves here, pokes this guy, and then Flame's gonna move to adjacent, just Nosferatu, well, Training Lance and Tempest Lance, let's go. You can make Flame a Pegasus Knight, and I don't know how well that'll go, but I'm just not going to. I'm just gonna go with Healer Flame. Okay, she has magic and she got magic and speed, which is good, but not as good as I wanted it to be. Edelgard's only level 14? What the heck? You know what? I'm gonna just. Nope, I don't want to use 11 sword here. Just gonna have Edelgard finish off this guy. Yep. Even though she's a few levels under level, she's still amazing because, like, usually the lords of each house are really, really good. So, like, they have great growth rates, great skill, like, well, they have great growth rates. They have actually Lord class, which is extremely nice. To give you a quick description about what the Lord class does, it basically has high authority. It can use lance as well, but for example, if you're using claw, just use them with the sword and bow. Dimitri used sword and lance, and then Edelgard used sword and axe. Just you can add a sword onto them. Also, I've been talking about it, like you can't, for example, equip For example, if I want an Edelgard to use gauntlets for some reason, I'm speaking like you can't do that. You can. You definitely can. And well, I haven't used Gauntlet Edelgard actually because she just doesn't suit herself well. Because Gauntlet, well, I don't know if she can become a brawler. I think that's a male-only class, so I guess that answers my question. Good for me. Something to note though is that not all classes can use magic. So even though, for example, I've been using, I for one map used Magic Edelgard, and I might go back to that on my second auxiliary battle. A lord can't use magic, so just remember that. Only classes that, for example, if you remember when we were doing the what's the word for it? The certifications. You'll see that, like, for example, it'll say like this class can use magic, then it can use magic. If it doesn't say that, assume that it can't. But of course, for example, if a class needs you to have a certain level of reason, then it usually can use it can use magic if it has to, but it's usually pretty self-explanatory for classes.
I'm getting it.
Ooh. Okay. You're getting better at punching things. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna have. Yep. Okay. Good. Don't crit or crit. Oh, good. That's fine. I was like, no, you wouldn't dare. And good, he didn't dare. He just healed up for a tiny bit. I actually might do 2 auxiliary battles because I can see that this video probably isn't gonna. Well, I can see right now my recording tells me this is less than 20 minutes, and that includes the short time, like 5 minutes, I spent at the monastery and doing the training. So I might actually do 2 auxiliary battles for the heck of it.
You see that?
Because I can, and because I might as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually do 2 of it because I mean, this video is less than 20 minutes long, and I know that normally people are like, well, it's a 20-minute long video, so it's fine to go out. I want to at least entertain you guys for a bit longer than that. I'm not gonna do, well, I'm not gonna be recruiting Ingrid. Yeah, I think I'll do it. I think I'll just show this off. You'll also, so in order to do this, to get this paralogue, you need to have either Ingrid or Dorothea in your house. But if you only have one of them, at the end of paralogs, usually you'll get some nice equipment or items. If so both of them have an item assigned to each of them that you will get at the end of the chapter. The one for Ingrid is definitely better, but I think I'll just do this for the little bit of story to go with it and to learn a little bit more about Dorothea. I might have done the Banishing Bandits, but I also want to get some experience because the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, it isn't amazingly hard, but also it isn't amazingly easy. So let's do Rumored Nuptials.
What's the matter, Ingrid? I never hear you sigh like that.
Oh, hi, Dorothea. And hello, Professor. Nothing's the matter. Well, nothing major.
You don't look like it's nothing major. Then again, I suppose you always have a furrowed brow, don't you?
Truth be told, there's rather a lot going on. It seems that there's always something to worry about.
What do you worry about?
A childhood friend who's always causing trouble, my family, things like that. You see, I received a letter from my father recently.
From Count Galatea? What a kind gentleman to have for a father.
I thank you. But the content within the letter is what I find troubling.
Let me see. Oh, it's a marriage proposal. For you.
Do you know the suitor?
I've not met him, though I've heard his name here and there. He began life as a merchant, but has somehow achieved rank in court, an enterprising noble from an allied territory. It's most likely that he wants the crest of Daphne that I bear, to adorn his family name.
Yes, that sounds about right. The jerk.
You sound as though you know him. Do you?
Yes, I must admit that I know him. He tried to court me when I was a singer. Best advice I can give you, Ingrid? Stay far, far away from this guy.
He's offered a sizable dowry, so I must at least consider it. For the sake of my family.
Dowry? Blood money. That's all it is.
Dorothea,
This jerk's entire fortune is soaked in blood. Do you want to rebuild your own house using that kind of money? I mean, it's all just rumors, but I think it still might be worth investigating. What do you think, Professor? Should we go check this guy out? Great. Let's tell the others.
Really? Okay.
So here we are at this paralogue. We can see here that we are literally in hell. Everything's on fire, everyone's dying. But luckily we only have one enemy. So here's the thing about paralogues that give you 2 students, or that you need 2 students to use. Obviously, if you only have, for example, this paralogue needs you to have Ingrid and Dorothea, but I only have Dorothea in my house. But that still lets me do the paralogue, but I would need Ingrid. So basically she's going to accompany us for this as basically a, what's the word for it? It's, I forget what it is specifically, but basically it's something that is, you can have students accompany for them. It's basically that. She can't get XP, she can't get weapon rank, but you can still use her. But don't just suicide in her in there, because if you remember, because if you see defeat conditions, Violet, Edelgard, Ingrid, or Dorothea falling ends this chapter immediately. As for units, who don't I want to bring? I mean, I have to bring Violet, Ingrid, and Dorothea. I want to bring Edelgard. So, you know what? I'm gonna have Bernadetta sit this one out and go be an adjutant for Edelgard, because it lets her get some experience. Again, I'm not really using Flame because she isn't really the greatest unit. Let's see here. Again, I'm going to be doing some a little bit more preparations because this battle actually does matter, even though as much as I'm joking, oh look, there's only one guy there, it's fine. No, obviously there are going to be more. I'm also going to be putting some chest keys on some units. Unfortunately, Ingrid isn't actually part of my house, so I can't give her a chest key. But that doesn't basically mean I can't give a chest key to, like, Ferdinand and have him go over here and pick up this chest. And I think, yeah, there are only 2, so yeah. So that's basically my plan. I believe there's going to be a relatively large group of enemies that comes over here, so be wary of that. But you'll just see more so about, like, where the enemies are when they actually pop in. So we'll worry about that in a minute. Anyway, I'll pop back in after my preparations are done. Alright, so I just finished with my battle preparations. All I did was just give Ferdinand a chest key, and I also looked something up. And because there's something interesting you get after this paralogue if you have Ingrid in your house. But because I don't and I can't show it off, I'm just going to tell you guys what it is when the time comes.
The more we look into this guy, the more I see he's a monster and no good for my Ingrid.
No kidding. There's no denying it. We better get back to the monastery.
Hold on a minute, you brats. Hand over the girl.
Surely you can't mean me. Wait, did he send them?
This jerk figures he can grab Ingrid before things get too messy for him. Of course, we know the truth about him now, and he'll want to kill us and get rid of the evidence. But we'll never let him take Ingrid. Come on, let's hurry! Protect Ingrid! Don't let anyone get near her!
Haha! You'll never escape!
Okay, so quick question. Why can't we just go back the way through that path of evil death? Yeah, it's a path of evil death, but it's probably safer than going through past this guy through this path of evil death. That looks even more precarious! What the... Thanks, video games. Anyway, I'm gonna have Hubert move... Well, I'm gonna have Violet open this chest. Get a killer axe. Ooh. So basically, this is an axe that has a bunch of crit with it. And, like, normally I don't really say, like, you should rely on crits. But with this axe, you can kind of bank on it, because you can see 25 crit is very nice. I'm gonna just put away the vulnerary. I know I'll regret doing that later, but meh, it's a problem for future me, not me right now.
Ready.
Ingrid can't go there. She doesn't have a javelin either, which sucks. But oh well, that's life.
I will get the victory.
You know what? Let's see here. I'm just gonna have everyone get ready to back up. Violet when the time comes. Oh, we've got 60% chance to
I will prevail.
Can't you throw a hand axe and kill him? I think if I throw a hand axe at him and then move Petra down, she can bow him to death. Yep, there we go. Does she have bow range +1 by chance? Or can she just use... No. God, really? 1 damage off. And that basically means that if I had got 1 more strength on her throughout any time during... Oh, never mind, that's fine. But if I got 1 more strength on her, I wouldn't need to have pull in Caspar to do
Yeah,
this.
it worked.
Ooh, Venom Axe. That's a pretty scary... Well, not a pretty scary weapon. It's just a bit scary. I believe one of these guys has a Venom something. Yeah, Venom Edge. Basically what it does is it poisons you, and poison is just damage over time. You can only get rid of it with antitoxin or restore. I've never used an antitoxin, so I just always sell them, because even though some people might be like, well, it's slightly more efficient to just use one of those, you have more than enough uses of restore. And I think every main healer, except maybe Marianne, gets restore. Flame will join your house no matter which route you pick. So you can have Flame get restore. Anyway, what's gonna happen here? Oh, that's perfectly fine. Edelgard can take 11 damage, no problem. I'm gonna have Ferdinand move here. Pull these guys. Again, I know I keep saying I shouldn't give Ferdinand XP. I'm just gonna do it. I'm actually gonna give Petra XP because she needs it more than Ferdinand. I'm gonna have Ferdinand back her up so she can get a few support points. Ferdinand will take a little bit of damage, but yeah. Oh, I guess I should have brought I should have brought Bernadetta, because these tiles here, they'll deal damage to you at the start of your turn. Also, you can see you get a little bit less movement, a little bit less defense while standing on them. But if you remember that Bernadetta's personal skill makes her deal more damage when she's taken like any damage, that's why. Something else to note about terrain in general, it doesn't affect flying units. So Ingrid with us is a Pegasus Knight, which she's flying on a Pegasus, so you can pretty much easily guess that she's a flying unit. But did Edelgard just thrust with the axe? Okay, sure, you do you.
I'll increase the reward. Now hurry up and capture that girl.
That merchant is giving orders to the bandits. I bet if we take him out, reinforcements will cease.
Perhaps they will. So we have something else we can do to try to stop the enemy. No. Linhardt can attack from some range. I'm just gonna have Ferdinand poke this guy, and well, no, I think I'm gonna have Petra poke this guy with her sword, and then just have Ferdinand Canto over to the chest. So basically kill that brigand and then move over.
I am greater.
I'm gonna have Linhardt accompany them just to heal up any minor injuries that they may have. Does he have a javelin? Yeah, I'm gonna just have a javelin run over.
You are nothing.
Here we go. Oh look, there's a little space where you won't get into combat. Again, I'm a lot more worried about the enemies attacking Ferdinand than Ferdinand, because if you're a higher level than the enemy, you'll get less experience. So, and because he's already level 17, I just want communism up some XP. Cook a sword. Violet, step behind Edelgard so you can give her your professor's bonus. Move here. Ingrid just gonna be able to accompany whoever needs her. And then Caspar, I'm gonna have him just chill behind during the. I'm gonna just skip this turn because, well, some combat happened. Did she miss? No, she didn't miss. Oh, so sometimes the enemy will just run up to you and not attack you. If, for example, this time the enemy realizes, like, well, if I attack Edelgard, I'll die. But also, I'm gonna run up to Edelgard and not attack her. I don't know. The AI is sometimes weird. Who knows what the AI is ever planning. Anyway, Violet's got poisoned, which is fine. I think I have at least one antitoxin in the store in the convoy. And if not, I can just use some vulneraries to heal up. So yeah. Again, poison isn't anything bad. Ooh.
Pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah. But still, you have relatively low strength and relatively low dex. Anyway, here we get a prayer ring. It'll restore some of your HP every turn. It's a bit, you know what? Because Caspar doesn't have anything else, and it doesn't weigh him down. I'm just gonna put that on him for now. Maybe I shouldn't, but oh well. I mean, it's too late. I did it. I can't take. Well, I could. I guess I could divine pulse if I wanted to, but I'm not going to because there's no real point to. Petra's gonna move behind Ferdinand, equip an iron axe. Linhardt's gonna follow suit. I can afford to just waste a physic just to heal her up. and then Ingrid's gonna go accompany this group now. I'm gonna try to have Ingrid go over here and kill this guy, because I don't. Well, no. If I'm gonna have Ingrid do it for the reason that I don't want Ferdinand to get XP, Ingrid will literally get 0, and Ferdinand will at least get like 50 per kill. So even though I'd rather get like Petra, I'd rather have Petra have the kills. Giving them to Ingrid isn't a good idea because she won't be getting any XP. I suppose I should mention it. The reason why you'd want to, for example, invite someone to your house and do a battle with them, even though they can't get XP, is if you basically sit them next to Violet and have them fight, or have Violet fight, they'll get some support points. And increasing supports lowers the requirements you need in order to have someone, join your house. Because if you have a season bar with someone, those requirements go down a bit. A B rank, I think they'll actually at B rank start like they'll seek you out and say, "Hey, can I join your house?" And you'll be like, "Yes," or in my case, you'll be like, "No," because I'm a terrible monster. Sure. I guess he's trying to flank. I was just worried that there's like a "don't let the enemy get to here" kind of thing, because some maps have that. Anyway, let us go here. Let us have Ingrid. Wow. Yeah, you can just see how great of a unit Ingrid is. She just doubles this guy with a steel lance, which is fairly heavy. Anyway, I guess I'll have Ingrid finish off him. If she misses, that's actually good, because then, damn it. Because then it could have fed the kill to Linhardt, but oh well. I suppose it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, keep the Iron Axe equipped. Ferdinand can move here. Everyone's still attacking here. Should I be concerned? 7, 8. So that's about 15, 20 damage. She's fine. She can take 20 damage, no problem. I don't want to move Linhardt there because then he's a target. You know what? I'm gonna move Linhardt here so he can get some XP from healing.
You saved me.
Flame spirit, protect me.
Her axe is only D though. That I wanted to get higher so she can become, a brigand, so I can just get death level.
Witness frigid pride.
Damage before, which is perfectly fine. Again, she's taking some damage, but I'm confident enough in her skill that she won't die. Let's see here. Ferdinand, can you kill this guy with the javelin? Yes. Okay, kill him, please. Good. Here's something I should definitely mention. If you're not familiar with Fire Emblem, oh good, an antitoxin. I'm gonna just throw it in the convoy so Violet can grab it, because that's how things work. But she's a flying unit, and flying units have weakness to bows. So every time with bows, you can see that there's a little feather icon with up next to them. That just means they'll deal a lot more damage to flying units. I believe it's just 3 times their might. And then adding on top of that, combat arts, like if the combat art increases the might.
I thank you.
Let's have Petra do that. So basically what I'm saying is that archers will just make mincemeat out of flying units, and because Ingrid is a Pegasus Knight, which is a flying unit, you don't want her to just take a bunch of damage like that. 40% chance to gambit. I'm not even gonna bother with that. She's actually doing surprisingly well with that. She'll take 11, she'll kill the guy, yeah, took 22. I guess I should have done the math before I attacked, but I keep saying this like it's my catchphrase, but what's life without any risks? Hubert, heal up, Caspar. Let's see here, and then let's have Caspar throw in. Oh crap! No. You know what? Edelgard can just move here, and then Caspar can move here. He'll incur the wrath of that one guy, but that's fine. Edelgard will also get shot by some archers, but again, that's fine.
Stay focused.
Let's just move over here and then try to take care of this group and then regroup and then assault them at once. Uh-oh. So much for if we take care of that merchants, the reinforcements will stop. But what the game actually means by that is that these mercenaries who keep popping up, they won't pop up anymore. That's a bit dangerous. I mean, I still have my, 4 divine pulses, so I say 4 like that because I'm not sure exactly how many I have. Good, she avoided that. What's that guy planning on doing? I'm a bit scared because maybe he has some super plan. Great, thanks for getting hit there, Ferdinand. I'm just gonna skip here because Edelgard is in no danger of dying. Yeah, she just took a little bit of damage, and I do mean a little bit. Anyway, I'm just gonna have Violet finish off this road, get level, get some everything. Oh my God! Look at his defenses.
Another step
I never realized how bad it was. I guess thieves wouldn't have a good defense growth, but I'm still a bit surprised by that. I'm just gonna kill this guy with Caspar just doing a triple flurry. Here, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, you can see here, this guy's gonna deal 18 damage to Ingrid. Again, not fatal, but typically Pegasus Knights and other Fire Emblem games have even lower deck or defense, which just means that they will just get torn to shreds. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna take that risk. Does anyone? Linhardt has Restore, right? Yeah. Restore is over a large area, which is something good for it. So I'm just gonna let Caspar take that gambit and then just restore away anything bad that happens. I'm just gonna go there.
My heart is full of victory.
Wait a minute. Okay. Do I want to do that though? Okay, don't need to. I can just use the Iron Lance plus. So just, yep, finish him.
You are nothing.
I don't think I could have finished him with the sword because I was rattled. Oh, good. Wait, they're not attacking Petra? Really? Let's see here. Would it be fatal? She has 13 protection minus attacks, or 13 minus 7 is 8, plus 8 is 16. So no, that's definitely fatal to Petra. So why aren't they attacking her? That's a bit weird. Well. I swear, if the game's like, they're gonna attack Ferdinand, JK, LOL, they're actually gonna kill Petra, I'm gonna be really annoyed. But again, I have all of my Divine Pulses, so
Let's think carefully.
Yep, Caspar, that's fine. You can take the Gambler too. Oh well, your battalion withdrew. That's fine though. Well, yeah, I guess they are attacking. Oh God, you just got murdered.
Beneath me.
Get resistance and defense, please. Okay.
The noble standard.
I mean, granted, magic is useless on Ferdinand. Luck is not like that great to level, but at least he won't get criticals. I don't know.
Not be stopping.
Oh, Petra's also 17. Okay. Oh my God, her speed is 24. There's something that I'll want to have a unit with high speed for later, but I don't need to. Like, I'll get to that point much later, which is when that'll happen. But there's a reason why I'm hoping that Petra can get a lot of speed. But again, we'll get into that later. Anyway, not assist, attack. Yeah, just Nosferatu this guy and heal off.
Winning's always nice.
Okay, Ferdinand move down. Linhardt, actually Linhardt, go with the brilliant, magnificent plan of, nope, you can't even restore, okay, oh well. I thought restore would have more range. I mean, I can just check the range, I think it's magical before now. Or, not now, but it used to just be you pick one unit within range and it heals them, but now it's all units, but it probably is over a smaller area, right? Yeah, it's magic over 4 and his magic is, so it's basically from between 1 to 4 spaces, but yeah. Heal up. I don't think that the terrain can kill you, but I also don't want to check. And that makes and you can probably guess why I don't want to check if something can kill you, because I'm playing on Classic.
Still raring to go.
Did you not equip the prayer ring? God, Caspar. I mean, that's my fault, not your fault, but I thought it would just automatically equip, because a lot of equipment does that. Just rally.
Thanks
Get some
so
more
much.
points if you need to. Enemies are approaching. Oh, you know what? Now is, I guess, a good enough time to go over what the reward is you get if you have Ingrid in your house. So, you'll get 2 rewards. One if you have, well, I mean, so, what I mean by this is that you'll get 2 rewards at the end of this chapter. 1 per unit who's in your house. And so I was gonna word it basically like you'll get 2 rewards depending on who's in your house. But what I mean by that is not like if you have Dorothea in your house, you'll get 1 thing, and then if you have like Linhardt, or not Linhardt, why Linhardt? If you have Ingrid in your house, you get another thing. Basically, what it is that depending on who you have in your house, you'll get a certain reward. So if you have Dorothea, well, we'll get into that because we'll get it at the end of the chapter. but you have Ingrid, you get something far more interesting. You get something called Lewin, which is a spear. It is a hero's relic. In basically, you can use hero's relic if you need them, but don't just waste them. It's very much like the Sword of the Creator, except unlike the Sword of the Creator, which you can just restore simply just by resting. With hero's relics, you have to use a certain material. But again, if you have to make the choice between keeping a hero's relic or between the student's life, the student's life is more important. So yeah. But anyway, what Lewin is it's the spear that's amazing. It only has 20 uses, but you can use it at E rank. And also, it has 17 might, 90% hit, and 10 crit, and it only has 9 weight. And I say only 9 weight, and for reference, an Iron Axe has 7 weight, because Ingrid's flying unit, she's going to be able to use it really well. Now, the game has been kind of misleading about how dangerous heroes relics are, because, like, for example, well, they are dangerous, trust me. We all saw what happened to Miklon, but what that means in gameplay terms is that, let's say, for example, I wanted to give, like, let's say I had Ingrid in my house and I got Lewin, I could give it to any student with the, well, so I believe Ingrid's the only one with the Crest of Daphne, which if you, because she has the Crest of Daphne, she can, or any, sorry, let me word this in a better way. Any unit with the corresponding crest to their hero's relic will be able to use a special combat art. For example, Lewin grants the user Burning Quake, and basically it gives you more might, it gives you more crit, and it's also effective against a certain kind of unit which we haven't gotten to, so I'm not going to spoil that. But also, it will do damage based on your speed rather than your attack, which is pretty rare. The only thing that we've seen so far that does that is the Levin Sword using the user's magic instead of strength. But even though we haven't used it, just take my word on it, that's what it does. But because Ingrid's usually going to be a Pegasus Knight or another, or that she just, the fact that she has a great speed growth in general, she's going to be dealing a lot of damage with it. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, let's say I had Lewin on Ingrid, but I was like, well, I don't want to use Ingrid on this map, but I want to use Ferdinand. Ferdinand has a Crest of Keyhole, which allows him to use the crest, but he can't use the combat, or use the Hero's Relic, but he can't use any combat arts exclusive to it. But if he wanted to, for example, use Night Healer, for example, he could do that, but he couldn't use Burning Quake. But let's say, for example, for some stupid reason, I'm like, I'm going to give it to Hubert so he can use... Let's pretend he has Night Healer too, just pretend. I don't think he actually can get it, but let's just pretend for the sake of example. He could still use it, and he can still use the weapon as a weapon, but at the end of each turn, I believe he'll be taking 10 damage from it, and that, I believe that is 10 damage that can be fatal. So be very careful when using those. And that just goes for any, so if you have the corresponding crest, you can use a hero, you can use a special combat art. If you have a crest, you can use a hero's relic, and then if you, let me drink some water. And if you have no crest, you'll just take some damage from using it at the end of each combat. So like, if I had Hubert go here and fight this guy, he'd take 10 damage after that combat, and then this guy would attack Hubert, and if he lived, he'd take 10 more damage, and then this guy attacks Hubert, and he takes 10 more damage, and you can see how that can get really out of control really fast. Anyway, now that I've finished explaining that, you know what, I believe that now's a good enough time to, yeah, I'm just gonna have Edelgard use Blaze on these guys. There we go, pitches off him. Actually, how do I want to do this? 1, 2. No, I think I'd rather give a kill to Dorothea rather than Caspar, because because Dorothea is usually going to be getting XP from healing, and even though I believe she's a higher level. Oh, ho 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 ho. We'll get into that in a second. But oh no, they're the same level. But Dorothea is mainly going to be using magic and healing, versus Caspar, who's just going to be using just getting combat, and combat gives more XP than combat gives more XP than just healing. Anyway, that Devil's Axe, that, oh for God's sake.
Enemies in hiding? Here? They are really getting on my last nerve.
Anyway, that Devil's Axe that Dorothea just got. So, it's a really, so before I show you the stats on it, it's a really powerful weapon. It has a bunch of might, and though it's lacking a bit on hit, if you can hit things, it'll deal a bunch of damage. The problem is, it has a chance to, so in previous Fire Emblem games, it has a little mechanic where you could, like, have a chance to attack yourself. And let's say you hit the enemy for 20 damage, you instead deal that 20 damage to yourself, which isn't a good thing considering that axe units typically hit like a train, but they have low defenses. So if you hit yourself with your high attack and take a bunch of damage, and then the enemy hits you back, you're not going to be in a good case. But I guess for you guys, because I love you guys so much, I'm going to be at least trying to entertain you guys a little bit. So I'm going to have Caspar equip that Devil's Axe and fight that mercenary down there. So let's go here, trade, nope, not items, trade with Dorothea, get the Devil's Axe. Hold on to that Iron Axe for me, hon. That sounded a lot crueler than I wanted to, but hold on to it for me. So here we go with the Devil's Axe. It's really, really scary, but instead of it having a chance to hit you back, at the end of each combat, you'll take 10 damage. Just like using like a Hero's Relic without a crest. So yeah, be very careful using the Devil's Axe because that whole thing about if enemies approach you on your turn, you'll still take damage from that. Let's see here. You know what, Edelgard, you can probably take care of this brigand easily. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have Violet take care of that other brigand. And then I'm going to have
Witness my power.
who do I want to have kill the boss? Let me check out who hasn't moved yet. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have Hubert finish off the boss here with some magic. If I really didn't want to risk having to take a step back and then use it for 2 range, oh well, it's fine. Get Dex and okay.
This strength will serve Lady Edelgard.
Oh well. Again, I mainly wanted to get Dex so he can hit things, because dark magic typically isn't the most accurate kind of magic. What's happening here? Yeah, that's fine. Equip a better sword. Oh no. Well, what's life without any? Well, no, even the thing, even the Sword of the Creator can't kill him. That's okay. You'd think that the most powerful Hero's Relic would be able to just kill some lousy bandits with just 1 attack. Oh, well. Good, you activated your crest. Anyway, you'd think that the mighty Sword of the Creator would be able to do that, but no, we can't have nice things here. Anyway, I'm gonna just have Ingrid just sit here. I'm not gonna have her do that just so I can feed the kill to someone else who actually needs it. Anyway, this is about good enough for now. I'm gonna be, well, obviously I'm gonna be ending the video after this, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, me wanting to be like, I'm gonna do 2 things in this episode instead of 1. Now this video is, like, gonna be, like, well, my recording says 50 minutes, but I'm gonna be cutting out probably about 5 minutes throughout the, me cutting the combat preparations and other things, but yeah. Anyway, who do I want to feed this kill to? Who's the lowest level here? You know what? Dorothea can get the kill here. Just use Thunder and finish him off.
I'm stronger than I look.
I'm gonna be eking out just a tiny bit of weapon experience and some, just experience in general, just by healing up.
So yet, I'd like to take it easy.
Fine. Heal up Edelgard. And then I'm gonna have Ingrid finish off this, because... Thanks, game. Thanks. No, skipping this to the end, you can do literally nothing. I guess I can get a tiny bit more experience if I wanted to, but anyway.
Helpful.
Heal up there. Heal up here. And then heal up, move here and then heal up. Here we go.
Well done.
And then we're gonna be ending this off.
Finally, it's over. I'm sorry for causing such a mess.
Oh, hush. For you, I'd go through twice as much trouble. But are you all right? Did they hurt you?
I'm okay, really. Thank you, Dorothea. My father will need to hear of this.
There we go, stage complete. I'm guessing Petra. Yes, Petra. Petra's motivation is maxed? Oh, I did instruct her. Well, I guess that happened. Let's just see the little thing at the end of the paralogue, because usually there's going to be a little let's wrap everything up.
Ingrid, welcome back. Did you speak with your father?
I did. I just returned to the monastery.
What happened with the proposal?
As soon as I informed him of the suitor's unsavory tendencies, he rejected the proposal outright. Were we to form ties with such an individual, it would bode poorly for our family, regardless of the weighty dowry offered.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad it all worked out.
Dorothea, Professor, I want to thank you.
Of course.
We couldn't just do nothing while you were facing a life of being married to a monster. I could never hand over my lovely Ingrid to some jerk who only wants her for her crest.
Oh, do I belong to you now, rather than to myself? Hey, Dorothea. This is probably more than a little awkward, considering where it came from, but... Here.
A ring? Is this... No. Is it?
A proposal?
Oh, Ingrid, I accept your offer. We'll be together forever.
Stop teasing me, Dorothea. I'm trying to be sincere. I wanted to find a way to emphasize how grateful I am to you. So I looked for something from among my things that I thought you would like. I mean, you may already have one like it, but I thought on the off chance you didn't.
Ingrid, you are just adorable and I love it. But perhaps we should lend this ring to our teacher for now. Our dear teacher can best decide how to use it. You fought hard enough. You've earned the right to have a little fun.
As you wish, Dorothea. I gave the ring to you, so you can do whatever you please with it.
So you got a goddess ring. In addition, if you have Ingrid, you'll get a little bit of a thing at the end. But anyway, that's enough for this time on Fire Emblem Three Houses. Next time we'll be participating in the Battle of the Eagle and Lion at Gronder Field. See you guys then.